I acknowledge that
Severance,
henceforth,
Season
my
1,
access to
Episode
my
2.
memories will be spatially dictated.
Yeah, you consented to
I will be
this.
unable to access outside recollections whilst on Lumen's severed basement floor,
Lumen.
nor retain work memories upon my ascent.
What's their real goal, I wonder? I at first thought this would be people wanting to escape the tedium of work, but so far all we've seen is people trying to escape the tedium of their lives, which is kind of alarming.
3 raw eggs and milk each morning.
What's for breakfast, kids? Why is everyone so obsessed with breakfast? Is it because all these dinners with no food? People just not eating. It's a metaphor for hunger.
They say it doesn't hurt.
They lied. In you go, just chuck it in there. Or shoot it in there. I don't know, pain is the real problem here. There's a slight pinching sensation in your brain.
I'll be upstairs after to let you know how it went.
Sorry if I freak out on you a little.
She looks very excited. Oh god. Just a simple in and out procedure. What just happened? Is this supposed to happen? Is there supposed to be like a hair on it? We shall give you a new life that starts on a conference table for some reason.
It's all part of the process. If you want to spin around and head back in, that should be that.
So weird. What is the deal with this staircase? Like, doesn't really
Hey there.
exist. Is this purgatory?
No, she's not. No, I'm gonna call you back.
You see, Helly,
Oh.
what I'm trying to tell you is that there's no escape. Hard to know what's real in this,
Hey,
like
old
them.
timer. One day down.
Oh man, I don't know, it's bizarre. What the hell am I looking at? Oh, maybe this is the opening. Is this the opening or is this the thing I'm supposed to be taking as something in the show that's happening? Okay, it's the opening. We didn't get the opening in the first episode. And they didn't even show it in the credits. What kind of anime is this? This, I think, will be the episode where Adam Scout finally starts to question, or when his two selves start to meet with the letter to the niece. Operation Niece begins. Operation Petey's niece. Wow, looks like the garbage bin is going to be a whole character in the show. Severance. It's pretty cool. Ugh, freaky. They got a lot of space that they don't use. Acknowledge Keir Egan portrait, verbally or silently. Is that the eggs and milk guy? What's for breakfast, kids? Wait, you gotta clean the bathrooms too? I can see the job listing from here. It was like multifaceted experience, dynamic environment. Do we get to, how long do we get to keep our memories of PD in here? PD has been erased. They all have the same exact picture.
A weekend just happened.
Yeah.
I don't even feel like I left.
Yeah, that's how nights and weekends feel here.
Wow, so you feel like you're here in eternity. That is hell.
I find it helps to focus on the effects of sleep since we don't actually get to experience it. You may feel
Yeah, suddenly you get a
or happy.
boost of energy. God, you gotta hate yourself if you drink all weekend. Don't sleep. All those times where I'm like, it's too late to sleep, I should just go to work and just suffer through it. That guy hates the other guy. This actually came up in a movie I watched recently. One thing that becomes quickly apparent is that if you get to enjoy all of the positives of your time with none of the repercussions, there's an incentive to leave all the terrible stuff to the other half of you. If you no longer have to deal with any of the effects of hangovers, well, why not just get drunk every night? But obviously that can build some resentment between your two selves. In that Homer Simpson thing of, that's a problem for future Homer. There is no future Homer. Future Homer can shove it. All me, all the time, baby. It's actually kind of conscientious of Adam Scout to sleep on time for himself. Or maybe he's just so boring that he never even considered staying up late. He does drink, though. He is an alcoholic, isn't he?
So it's 9:05.
Yeah, they stagger the entries too so we don't meet on the outside. It's important, apparently.
Yeah, or else you
guess
get a
we're not
PD
friends.
situation. We could be here. We just met also, right? Even without this severance, we wouldn't be.
You'll note I've accrued an embarrassment of wealth in that regard.
Wow.
Correct. Each one of these, finish file in the can.
They must have made these
Highest
memories
reward.
very selective if you're looking forward to finger traps and personal portraits.
One of us gets named Refiner of the Quarter, and that shit gets you a waffle party.
Hell
A
yeah.
waffle party?
Okay, hazards on, Eager Lemur. I'm a deadlock for that. This quarter.
That's almost as good as VIP at Pibs.
What about Mark's crystal head cube?
That's not a prize. That's just something they gave him.
Helly, could you flip on this console?
Why do they give him a cube of his head? Maybe it's a camera or some other kind of monitoring device. Trust nothing at Lumon. What are the qualifications for this job, I wonder, aside from extreme desire to avoid your life?
Mark, sorry to interrupt. I know.
Oh,
you
and they
were
slide
saying-
down.
I just noticed you removed the group photos from the desks.
Yeah, we're gonna take the new ones at Helly's party today.
Oh.
We have erased Petey.
I do think the old photos are supposed to stay on the desk.
You had no
until the
right.
new ones come in.
I agree with John Turturro.
Each category of numbers presents in such an order as to elicit an emotional response in the refiner.
What? This is not a job. This is a test.
Cat 1 numbers, for example, feel a certain way on sight. They'll be sort of disconcerting.
Maybe they're sorting through their own brains.
Are the numbers bloody? Do they chant?
Doesn't make sense till you see it, and it takes a while to see.
Hey, Mark, I just.
What the
printed
hell
out
is going
the
on?
passage Of the handbook on changing out group
This
photos.
makes no
Might
sense.
be good to peruse when you're between things.
Thank you.
I highlighted the important items such as personal photos are not to be removed from the desks.
If you're really unhappy, you can submit a resignation request with your outside self for review.
Oh, good luck with that.
Rejected.
Rejected. Yeah, you're totally a slave here. You have no choice. You're a slave to yourself.
Quitting would effectively end your life. I mean, in so much as you've come to know it.
Yeah, the longer you stay here, the more that becomes true.
I'm Mr. Milchak.
Helly,
What's for breakfast, kids?
I'm agog at how well I can tell you're already fitting in. The office feels whole.
Okay.
Let's get this party started.
This is hilarious. I love these rewards. Oh yeah, today we got ball. What is it, Friday? Oh, it's Monday.
Something about me is that I know all 9 core lumen principles.
All 9 of them. Look at you.
What's your favorite?
There's so many to choose from.
Today, I think I say
This is great.
cheer.
Great.
Good choice.
No trust fall today, Irving.
Oh,
Oh,
just looking forward to trust fall. And yet he was caught. Even without the trust fall game, the trust was rewarded. Her name also is literally Hell with a Y. Hello, I'm Helly. I'm a little bit alarmed. I woke up on a conference table. I've just discovered that my real self enslaved my office self.
I'm sorry, I don't know anything about myself.
Right. I know the state of Delaware though.
I'm sorry, outies are
They're us on the outside.
So that makes you innies.
right. I actually have a few things to say to her. Can I record something back?
Idiot.
So what you'll find here, the communication between selves is pretty curtailed.
That's what the
So what
Audis
if I
want.
write her a note.
Unfortunately, the elevators are equipped with something
Okay, so you can't
called
bring
detectors.
the niece letter in. Operation Niece is already going through severe challenges.
Okay, well, what if
I don't think you're quite getting the game here, Helly.
Stop asking questions.
She's 30 years old, she's allergic to almonds, and has weak enamel.
Whoa, hold on there.
5'6", she's the 4th tallest person in your office, and her hair is what we call shoulder length. And seeing her here with you all, I'd say she most definitely has a family.
This guy's really good at his job. A lot of the people in here, or some of the people in this room, really drink the Kool-Aid. This is so cool. First of all, it's hilarious. These non-rewards. But yeah, like if you don't know anything except for Delaware, I bet lemon cake is really exciting. Also, the work they're doing is very suspicious. It almost doesn't seem like work, or it doesn't seem like a purpose. It seems like babysitting. It seems like they're just meant to be occupied so that they don't ask questions. Which, if true, I bet has some real larger world meaning.
And I absolutely love this game.
Nice try, pal, but you said that last time.
It reminds me of the retirement home I worked at.
Broke protocol this morning.
Oh, getting a little dark in here, aren't we?
Worried that I won't be able to run MDR like he did.
That tracks. I have similar worries.
Thanks.
Took him from the cubicles and put him in the storage closet, which
Oh, this is also
We're not
clear
supposed to-
meaning, right? It's the same thing as giving a kid all 3 of his beds. Let's just remove all the painful stuff.
I actually find your reaction sweet. Though,
It's yeah, he's really good at this.
Petey was just gone. And I mean,
And they have nothing else. Yeah, that
that's
their
a new job or
world is dictated by
drunk
this
on the
world.
beach, or
Right, right.
dead.
that's enough, please.
This is all of their reality. This is the entirety of existence. PD is essentially dead now, given their earlier
I think
analogy.
this is a good time to remind ourselves that things like deaths happen outside of here. A life at Lumen is protected from such things. And I think a great potential response to that from all of you is gratitude.
This is so interesting. Again, it's this line. It's something like the line between servitude and safety, or the trade-off. So like, would you rather have your life completely dictated to you in every way that can be dictated, but be assured of your safety? Or would you rather have nothing dictated to you? You can do whatever you want, but there is no safety guaranteed and there are very real risks. Or where would you put yourself on that spectrum? How much of your own choice and freedom would you give up for a promise of being taken care of? And maybe another part of that is not having to confront the difficulty of figuring certain things out on your own. And I think the answer for everyone is clearly not nothing, and maybe even a high amount. The question though, where I think this might fall apart at this end of the extreme, where you're trading, actual conception of death, real world danger for your ability to choose what you do with your time and location, is that is predicated on the idea that what you're giving your power to actually is good and safe, which it might not be. It could go well, it could go terribly. You're basically making yourself beholden to that outside party. This reminds me of the Ben Franklin quote that's something like, those who would give up liberty for safety deserve neither. I think the rationale behind that viewpoint is that perhaps you're trying to abdicate your responsibility and praying for a good outcome, but because you are contributing to a central point of failure that, if it got too big, would force the choice even for those who wanted to choose full liberty, and also could be catastrophic if it goes wrong, maybe not today, but maybe tomorrow or 10 years from now, would be devastating for all concerned just because you were too afraid to confront the realities of your world. A really interesting question that I didn't anticipate comes out of this scenario though. For which party was there an intended gift? My initial assumption here in the premise was that you wanted to not have to work, that it was a gift to your real world self. Though he has incentives to do so, the way the manager is spinning this is that it's the gift to them. While I have my own personal viewpoint on which is better, either side can interpret it to be in their favor. Oh, switch that up.
I think that melon isn't getting any tastier.
He's really good at this. I mean, he's really warm, and he does a great job sounding sincere, but just because of the nature of his role, it's kind of chilling. How can you choose between all these great melons? The story of my life. What were you doing? What was outie you up to? Were you burying bodies?
Hey, sorry I derailed your game.
I thought I already had, but then yeah, you made it way worse.
I don't know where this is going. It just occurred to me, I'm so wrapped up in the structure of their worlds. I was thinking you could have a whole kid in this world and not in the other. Forgetting that what actually would happen is that suddenly you'd be pregnant. That would be quite the shock. Oh, I worry for that child.
You're just done asking about your best friend because our babysitter told you to stop?
Oh, she's trouble. She's really gonna stir things up around here.
When he says something, it's best to listen.
See, those two things are at opposite ends of my emotional spectrum. Which is it? That's what makes Milchick so fascinating.
I don't care.
Because he can't always be nice like that.
Okay, refiners. Let's
Okay.
get this new group photo before the melon bloat sets in.
You know, you have a kind of sick desperation in your laugh. You are cattle. You are cattle. You're like even on grass. You're on artificial grass.
Helly, what are you doing?
Oh, I just think I'm not gonna work here anymore.
Oh, okay. Ooh, Helly.
There's code detectors.
Do you know that? Have you tried? Because frankly, it sounds made up.
A lot of this does seem made up, yeah, but we don't even know I don't know. They've definitely thought about this.
Helly?
Yeah, you give me creeps here. You're getting a little creepy with it. Maybe it's one of the Hunter elevators where it actually can be a furnace. Who the hell is that? That's Mr. Grainer.
The note. So, this is embarrassing, but it's my first time training, and I must have just forgotten to go over data.
Nice of you to
with
take
Helly.
responsibility for that. Take the fall.
If Helly tripped the code detectors, that one's on me, and I apologize for that, sir.
Please don't kill her.
On you, then. Let's go.
Ooh. If I was trying to design a system to keep my participants fully occupied, I would maybe program it with a little bit of drama. The drama is a distraction. It makes you feel like there's something happening and there's something to do. It couldn't be totally pleasant. You need just amount of stimulus, just amount of negativity to keep it engaging. Maybe that's what's going on with our Mark Scout here. Referring to like why they seem super hard on him, even though this feels like just a, babysitting pastime activity like school. School kind of works on the same premise actually when you think about it. There's rewards like stickers and a report card and, the chance to move up and make a lot of money, and punishments that actually mean nothing, like going to the dean or principal.
Over 300? This is mostly back in Montana.
Wow. That's so cool. That's such a high amount.
Yeah. We get 2 a day, depending.
Okay. This is a conversation. Do you always drink whiskey or scotch at dates, Mark?
Like 10 a week?
Oh no.
Yeah, or so.
Okay.
That's alright, he's just nervous. Oof. It's not, yeah, I think you've just ruined your date, Mark.
Yeah.
Like half this town.
And half of me. That was a joke.
It was funny.
Yeah.
Oh, why does it hurt so bad?
What if he's not gonna know?
You can't sneak notes.
So, like, you could have a girlfriend at Lumen and not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You could have a baby at
Out
Lumen.
here, you wouldn't know it in there. Like, you could get married and have kids and just forget they exist for 8 hours every day for your whole life. That doesn't
You know,
mess
when you
with
put
your
it that way, maybe there's something to this.
For some people, it's the point.
Right. Man, he's trying to escape reality in two worlds, or in two ways.
You're one to talk. Isn't Minnesota like crazy cold with the lakes?
Yes. Minnesota was very cold the one time I visited from my home.
Oh no, yeah, she's not from Minnesota. She's from Montana. Damn, even Helly knows the states.
Oh.
Legalize severance in the workplace.
The Whole Mind Collective, they're great.
Excuse me? Do you have a moment for children's brain health?
Is that the dude? Is that actually the same dude as the eggs and milk dude?
I also heard that if you're severed, you go to 2 separate hells. Is that true?
Hey man, you want to benefit off forced labor?
Hey man,
then that's up to you.
Forced labor. Fucking really?
Yeah.
Forced labor.
Really?
Okay.
Why did he come over here? He was gonna get so upset. I guess because he was already so upset.
Asshole.
Oh, that's nice language for what are you, 12? Are you 12 years old? Are you even in
I think this date is over. I think you might be a little bit drunk too. A little triggered? Yeah, he drinks more than Debbie in Invincible. Mark Scout really selling his argument by taking the high road, using the tried and true, how old are you? What are you, 12? line of attack. So to clarify, it is legal. They claim the company's lobbying to make it forced, which you can't be having that. Even without the concerns for the separate entity that's working. Basically what you're doing is you're shortening people's conscious lifespans more than it's already stolen by sleep and life maintenance. From there it gets a little bit tricky because it is voluntary, and I don't think there's a definitive answer because we don't have a way of defining what is a life. What is the value of a human soul? We don't really know. We just know it's a lot, probably a lot greater than the sum of its parts. Maybe functionally infinite in its potential, so not to be treated lightly, and yet very hard to draw that exact line. For that matter, we don't even really know what life is any more than we know what art is. It's kind of like we know it when we see it. Are all humans even alive or conscious in the same way? It's tough to know. That being said, I think you err on the side of caution here and treat the innies as human since they are human, just minus some memory, and there need to be some safeguards and protocols here, and then I think from there you can let choice happen. They need to be able to quit. They need to be able to have an out if they want it. Well, now we know we can't get that up.
I just keep thinking about those damn bins.
So do I.
Well, that is so not necessary, but very kind. Thank you. Here, why don't you come in? I have milk.
What's with all the milk? You can put some eggs in it?
Still waiting for that third bulb to revive.
Interesting, she seems so different from her office self. Her mom is a different religion.
Sister set me up with, like, her doula or midwife. Didn't really feel like anything.
I drank my way all the way through it. Don't eat the cookies, Mark. Or eat the cookies, Mark? Maybe she's great. Maybe she's really nice here. Maybe I misjudged her.
These are magic.
Oh.
I guess she's also actually split, severanced.
My late husband was a carpenter, and before he passed, he said he would start building us a house in the hereafter.
I see. So the office self is just making stuff up, though this doesn't mean she's not making stuff up. God, isn't life terrible? Don't you hate it? When your light goes out. Oh, life's just so hard sometimes. Can't wait to get back to my office friends, I think. I wonder if John Turturro's character doesn't feel a little bit off because he's been there a long time and hasn't been developing the feedback of the real world. He's older than them, but maybe at an earlier stage of development. What's that about hacking children to bits? That's true, you don't know what you're doing in there. And they probably tell you the other side can quit at any time, but you don't know for a fact that's true because you're not experiencing anything. You're just taking their word for it. You're putting your hands in that authority. You're choosing the authoritative compound over the forest with the tigers. What do I actually do at work? He literally moves numbers around on his screen, that old thing. Is that deliberate?
Well, nothing bad, just very minor stomach event. Should be back tomorrow.
Well, I'm sorry.
Really selling that illness there.
I know your innie will be sad to have missed the day.
The innie won't feel a missed day.
Quarterly deadline's coming up, and I'm not looking to be department chief.
Wow. A lot of confidence for a man who once got disciplined for dozing.
We don't mention that.
I can't help that I was hired older than you.
So maybe he hasn't been here a long time. I just assumed he had been since he's the oldest. That's cool. These actors, they gotta play two characters, sort of.
Did he sound ill?
I don't know. He said it was abdominal.
Funny timing.
Does Milford just like spend 24 hours here? He was already in the office to field the call. Half Loop Road. That feels significant somehow. Remember the 9 principles. Don't do it. Remember the 9 principles. I don't think that's supposed to happen. Something's going wrong in your chip. Something's seeping over. He was spending a lot of time in some kind of dirt or mud. And it's his fingernails.
Irving.
Milford feels like the kind of guy who would smile at you while he stabs you. I feel sad for Irv because Irv seems like a guy who really values his life here. Are they even getting paid? They're getting paid, right? It's a job. He keeps referencing it as a job he works for. So he's getting money for this. Though it wouldn't surprise me if it's a service people would pay to do, given the escape element of it. But yeah, like, it would be tempting to just call out sick a lot because then you get paid and get extra time. Okay. Okay, you live here, PD.
We'll deduct the time you spent dozing from your Audie's paycheck.
He wasn't dozing.
What will be harder to fix, Irving, is
And they mentioned a paycheck.
I'm so sorry, sir. I'm just so
Oh
sorry.
no, and he's so susceptible to this as someone who values the 9 principles. Throw you in the break room. Break time is the punishment. They've really made a culture. Tame thy tempers. Let not weakness live in your veins. Okay.
Oh God, a 4.
Don't fuck around. I told you, you'll understand when you see it, so just be patient.
What even are these numbers? Like, do we even know what we're supposedly cleaning?
You're asking too many questions, man.
My theory? The C.
That's a great try, but we're gonna keep guessing.
So we send the probes down, they send us the data coded.
Why would they code
We
it though?
sense what's eels.
They could just show
and
eels.
we tell the probes what to blow up.
How would you sense what eels are through numbers? This is so half-baked. This is the kind of theory somebody with no memories would come up with.
Irv thinks we're cutting swear words out of movies.
Again, why would it be numbers?
Well, what is it? Like, what are we actually working on down there?
Nothing. That's the twist. Nothing.
They separate us from the other departments. We don't even know how many there are.
How deep does this go?
I hid the original for you when I left.
Smart.
You okay?
No. Putting off that which he avoided.
Okay, so what is it that happens down there that's so bad?
A lot of it's a lie.
There's this room.
Is it the break room?
I'm afraid you're not sorry.
Oh, it's him.
All I can be is sorry, and that is all that I am.
What the hell are they working on? That is a choice. I wonder which side of things Irv sees himself on. Do you see yourself on the side of the enforcer or the victim? Do you see it as justice or cruelty?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, sir.
Oh, it's Christopher Walken. This show's all sarcasm.
That piece hung in the perpetuity wing for many years. I know. It broke my heart when they took it down. It's
Oh, he likes it.
here. It's calming.
Is it?
Most people only think of O&D when new handbook totes come in. Well, I love those too. Yeah? There's new ones coming next month.
Wow. Very titillating. Oh, thank God. If it wasn't for this ambient noise, I might feel uncomfortable. Actually, it's pretty soothing.
What I'd like to do is share with you some facts about your outie. Because your outie is an exemplary person.
This could all be a lie.
Try to enjoy each equally.
I could use this kind of therapy.
Not to be shared outside this room.
If the facts are real.
Your outie is a friend to children and to the elderly and the insane. Your outie is strong and helps someone lift a heavy object.
Oddly specific, but okay.
Your outie likes films and owns a machine.
So man of culture, allegedly. Well, he appreciates the painting even here.
I'm sorry. Please try to enjoy each fact equally.
Huh?
And not show preference for any over the others.
What the hell?
That's 10 points off. You have 90 points.
This is graded? I didn't know I could fail.
Your outie won a game 2 weeks ago. Your outie values water.
Does my outie breathe air?
Your outie likes the sound of radar.
How am I supposed to enjoy all these equally? They're not the same.
Your outie is skilled at kissing and lovemaking.
Minus 10.
That's 10 points off.
I was just...
Please don't speak for
Minus 10. Who is this for? Is this for me? Who is any of this for? What is all this for? Who's benefiting from this? Who's actually at the top? Who actually knows stuff? The illusion of choice. You have so many options in this vending machine.
Is it just the elevators?
What?
With the code detectors? Or is it the stairwells too?
You're sending yourself straight to the break room.
Hi, kids. What's for dinner?
How was wellness?
Great. Very restorative. I met the O&D department head.
Bert? I've met that guy. He's a fuck. You didn't tell him where we
What?
are, did you?
He's a what?
And all in Lumen's care shall revel in the bounty of the incentive spur.
Don't pervert a handbook passage to me, okay? Don't.
It's like their Bible.
Lumen has been good to us, and it is feckless.
Guys?
You seeing it now? This is a very dark matrix.
And Bennett?
Maybe they're controlling their own brains, keep the bad thoughts out.
Fucking refined.
Thank God.
All right,
Nailed it.
Hip, hip.
One of us.
The numbers were scary.
Okay. I believe you, and I don't know what it means.
And you can use the shower.
It's very dangerous. Very dangerous, Mark.
Well, I figured my work self would be pissed if I let you sleep in a greenhouse.
Calling it a house of any kind is generous. It was a green wall. Oh, for your sake, that's a burner. Oh, don't use his towel. That's rude. Maybe you can go to that association or whatever it was. AWS, MCW. There's still a little bit of separation.
You okay?
No. Did it just die? Did Peter just die? It was very unclear. I really hope there's answers. I really hope this isn't a mystery box because it's very intriguing. I'm being pulled way down deep into the rabbit hole. In this episode, the symbolism seems to lean more to the work side, the innies, almost being a religion. They have the Bible, which is the handbook. They have the passages on the wall. They have the art on the wall of them being flagellated, which I guess is inspiring. And also really interesting episode for getting useful information on Irving, such as the fact that he once lifted something heavy for someone and is a friend to children, the elderly, and the insane, among other exciting facts that we enjoyed equally.